We've often here addressed various art forms along the Gulf Coast, but there is one art form that for some reason or other we've never gotten around to addressing. And we should, because it's an art form for which this region is renowned. Architecture. Geometry in motion. The fine art of architecture in the hands of Carl Abbott. Abbott's illustrious career spans 40 years in Sarasota, a history that is quite modern.
The work I do clearly, and the work Rudolph, who I followed and studied under, is very definitely modern, but it always has its tie to traditional architecture. I came to Sarasota specifically because of Paul Rudolph's work and wanting to know more about it.
Paul Rudolph was one of the founders of what became known as the Sarasota School of Architecture. Dynamic, modern architects who changed the look and the feel of this city. Abbott is the only one from that revolutionary group still designing.
Two places in the world, the two philosophies of modern architecture meld, and it was here and in Los Angeles. Those philosophies are the Frank Lloyd Wright School, that everything we build with comes from the earth. The other approach is out of the Bauhaus, the international style, and everything we build with has been affected by the machine. And in Sarasota, the two philosophies melded.
That melding created quite a stir.
I'm not a cook, but I've been told it's a bit like cooking. You put all the ingredients in there, hope it'll rise a certain way.
The moderns were glamorous and hip. They were the darlings of architecture worldwide. Now, 4 decades later, nearly half have been bulldozed or remodeled beyond recognition. A driving force in the push to preserve these historical homes is Marty Lieberman.
I am passionate. It's my hobby. It's my vocation. I bought 4 of them myself and restored 2 so far. I'm in the process of restoring two more right now. I mean, I believe in it.
A leisurely drive through Lido Shores reveals a living museum of modern architecture.
There's a Carl Abbott down there at the end of the road. It's wonderful. On the other side, like an open, like a rock, a geode that you crack open and it's all light and glass on the other side. Fantastic. Carl Abbott's impact on Sarasota is amazing. His body of work is amazing. He has helped put Sarasota on the map. He has helped bring to light the architectural legacy of Sarasota, and I admire that about him so much. It used to be a modern here, right on the Gulf, and again, pressure on the land is why it was knocked down, and there was no one around to purchase the modern that was sitting there, and it was not sold as a modern, it was sold as a piece of land. So what are you gonna do?
The price for a piece of this land is over $1 million, so the $1 million question is, can the original moderns compete with these new contemporaries?
Sarasota prides itself as being an arts community, and it would be the same as if shutting down our symphony, perhaps closing the Ringling Museum. It's important to the citizens of Sarasota who are aware of this, and they want them to be preserved as much as possible, at least the good ones.
One of the most beloved of Abbott's many award-winning buildings was the romantic Summer House restaurant on Siesta Key.
The community came out when there was word it would be destroyed. The community came out and said, we don't want that destroyed. And it is going to become a clubhouse for condominium. It will be available, I think it's 18 times, something like that a year. And that's forever. So it's not cut out from the public at all. And this is that big growth of trees that we're saving right here.
Collaborating with his protege, architect Julian Norman Webb, they are now working on a huge townhome complex for Habitat for Humanity.
In this case, we'll be building many of these units with volunteer labor, so that's an unusual parameter.
Room for 1,000 middle-income residents. Abbott's more than 400 designs are as varied as his long list of clients. At 70 years old, Carl Abbott stands alone as a modern icon, an innovator whose designs reflect and remind us of the glorious heyday of the Sarasota School of Architecture.